I get it all the time. People say, why don't I show how much money I make? Well, I don't know. I don't know why I don't. But this bag contains 1 weekend of what the laundromat made. So in this video, I'm going to show you, I'm going to count it out here on my fancy counter I got. I'm going to show you what this laundromat made 1 weekend. Stay tuned. All right, let's get this bag open. See what we got here. The bad part is we're going to have to sort it. Hopefully I don't drop it on the floor. That's what we got. We got a mess. So now we got to sort it all. I might even fast forward through this for you because this is going to be kind of boring. Gotta get some order going here. We got 5s, got 20s, we got 1s, we got 10s. Here's a stack of 5s. Here's some 5s. There's some 1s. There's some 5s, 10s. Here's a 5. So I don't know what you guys are doing this weekend, but this is what I'm doing. A lot of people give me a hard time. They say, you know, you have to always be working on your laundromat. Yep, I'm working right now. What do you think of this kind of work, huh? Now, I can't believe you guys find this that fascinating, but this is 1 weekend. This is what 1 weekend looks like at a laundromat. Because I get a lot of people that say to me, they're like, you know, that's a lot of headache. Yep. This is the only work I've done all weekend. This is it. I haven't had to fix nothing, knock on wood. Haven't had to chase anybody out, knock on wood. This is it. Just counting money, going to put it in the bank. That's my weekend. Well, see, we can't have this. This is wadded up money. I don't deposit wadded up money. But another one. No good to me. I don't need it. I don't need its bad juju. Here we go, folks. Here's the 20s, the 10s, the 5s, and the 1s. I look like a damn stripper. 1 weekend. Get a piece of paper, because there's no sense in counting this twice. This is what I do once a week, actually twice a week. I do it once on the weekend, I do it once after the weekdays. So like on Friday, I'll do the weekday. This is just a weekend, so Now we'll wait through the whole week, and then Friday I'll do this. This is Sunday, and I still have some out there I haven't collected, but it's close enough. I like to do all my ones first. I've got this set to batch 50s. If you didn't know, when you put money in the bank, it's based on 50s. 51s, 55s, 50 10s, 50 20s, 50 100s. That's how they kind of run their denominations when they put the little banding. So we'll keep this thing fed. I just use rubber bands. Now I've had the question, what about quarters? What do I do with all the quarters? Well, in my laundromats, one of my laundromats gains quarters, and it gains anywhere from 200 to 300 a week. My other laundromat uses 200 to 300 a week, and my other one just stays the same. So what happens with my quarters is a lot of times I'm taking them from one laundromat and putting them in the hopper of the other one to keep it going, because it keeps going down. That way I don't have to go to the bank to get quarters. Now you're going to ask me, how do I account for all this? Well, once a month I count all the quarters in my machines at each laundromat. I know how many I started with at the beginning of the month. I know how many I ended with. Then whatever that difference is, whether I have to go get some, that's lost profit, or if I gain some, then that's profit I can put in the bank. That's how I do it. Based on my customer volume, I know how much quarters I need in each laundromat from week to week. I like to leave my laundromats alone for a while. I don't like to change out the quarters every week, every couple times a week. Like some people do it a couple times a week. In my laundromats, I like to change out my laundromats only a couple times a week. So I like to have the hopper full enough in the laundromats that I can go, you know, quite a few days. So once I figure out what that sweet spot is and how much volume is going to run through that store, I can figure out how heavy I got to load that machine or not, how much I have to load it. In my rougher areas, I don't load the machines all the way to the top like you can. Why? Why take the chance of someone coming in and breaking into it? They're only going to get a certain amount of money out of there, and I know that. Now if people brought in money, now if people brought in quarters, then that's different, that's extra, so they would get a little bit on me, but not like if I had $1,600 worth of quarters versus $400 worth of quarters, and it only uses like 200 or 300 a week. Some laundromats are like that. I like to count the ones first just because it gets a lot of the bulk out of the way. Majority of the money you're going to take in a laundromat is going to be ones, if you didn't know. And I'm not even going to edit this video, I'm just going to let it go along as it is, because honestly that way it's more fun for you. Like I said before, you got to be careful when you sort your money that you don't get a 20 in with these, because now I just counted it as a 1 and not as 20. Keep trying to take off the top. That was only 30, so that's $30 sitting there. I'll make a note of that. So we know that's 100, there's 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 50. So 850, so we got 880 and $1 bills, folks. Now I'll save this loose part and I'll put it together with other loose items and then just add it in. Let's do the fives. Fives will be the second biggest denomination you'll have in a laundromat. They're highly used. We count them in 50 also. There's 250. There's another 250. And then 38. So 190 plus 500 is going to be 690 in fives. Like I said, the loose ones I put together with the ones I got sitting right here. So we'll make a little pile there for them. The next most you'll have is 10s. 20s, you won't have a ton of 20s. Well, a little error. Sometimes I don't like to go through the machine. There's 500 10s. Now when it does that, I'll always run it again just because I don't want to take a chance that... There we go, 38, so 380. So I'll put that in that pile. Throw my pencil. So 880 and 5 or 10s. Then the and like I was saying, we just did those. Last one, let's do the 20s. Well, had an issue. There's 50 20s. So that's 1,000. I heard you, I heard you. Like I said, I'll rerun those because I don't like... There we go. So we got another 50 and 20s. So it's 1,000 plus 14. 280. So put that in that stack, and this is my loose bills. I just put them together. The bank kind of knows what I'm doing, so it works out. So that's what we got. That's a weekend. So let's see what we got. Let's total this all up. 880, 690, 880, 2,028. Got a grand total of $4,730. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can't complain about that. I get the question all the time why I don't count it. It's just one of those things. That's not what my channel's about, so that's why I don't count it. It is impressive, you know. That's like I said, that's 2 days. It does real well. They do well. They do well if you make them do well. If you do the right things, you keep it clean, you keep it nice, and you treat the customer right. This is what's going to happen. This is the reward you get for that. If you don't do those 3 things, just take a bunch of this away, and that's what you're going to get. You're going to get people that don't care. They're not going to treat your laundromat right. They're not going to treat your business right. But doing this, doing the right things, that's what produces results. Whether you own a car wash, a laundromat, a mini storage, a rental house, an apartment building, whatever. This is what those 3 things is what really makes those things shine. Best advice I can give. Now, one of the questions that always comes up with laundromats is how much of a month, like this was a weekend, and let's say during the week, these laundromats make another 2,200. So I make 6,900 for the week. So times 4 weeks, that's 27,000, okay? Let's say they make 6,900 a week. How do I figure out what the gross is? How much is these laundromats making? The rule of thumb I have, if a laundromat's run down, 1 week of every month is profit. So if it's only making 500 a week, that's its profit, you know, because the other 3 weeks, it's using that money to pay the electric, the water, the sewer, your trash, your internet, your employees if you have one, or you're paying some guy on the side to clean it, which a lot of them do. Not saying it's right, that's just what they do. And then on top of that, you got, your rent, if you have any. I don't have rent, so I'm not used to that, but you have rent or equipment payment. That's what you got, okay? Or your loan payment. Now, if a laundromat's running really good like mine, I just said, okay, let's look at this one. It's $6,900 a week. With mine, once I have them in tip-top shape, I'm averaging a week and a half or 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, or 2 weeks of every month, or 2 weeks to a week and a half of every month is pure profit for me. That's what it comes out to. So if you take that times the 6,900, you're looking at 10,000 and some change is what's profit a month. I know that doesn't seem logical, but that's about how it works out for me, because what I do is I dial down my utility costs. I really hone in my costs. I go out and I hammer businesses I do business with. So like whether it's pest control or trash, I'm always getting bids from other companies. I never just say, oh, here you go. Yep, it increased. Okay, here you go. I'm always shopping. You have to be in business. Now, if they treat me right, I give them the chance. But like trash service, it seems to always go up. The minute I find somebody good, a year later, well, we got to raise it 20 bucks. Then the other one comes in 20 bucks lower. Okay, I don't care whose dumpster it is. You know, it's just what it is. It's business. But you got to keep them honest. That's one way to really dial down those costs. The other thing is, like I said, customer service. The more you can get people coming in, the better off you're going to be, because that's going to be more word of mouth that you're a great place. That's going to help you increase what you get to keep a week, okay? Because certain costs are fixed costs. Your rent is pretty much fixed. Your internet's pretty much fixed. Your trash is fixed. The ones that aren't fixed is sewer, water, and electric and gas, because what happens with those three is the more customers you have and the more efficient, the more customers you have, the more that goes up. Now, if you have more efficient machines, you can keep that going up at a slower curve because you use less electricity in more efficient machines, you use less water, and you have less sewer. That's just one way to curtail those costs. But the other ones are fixed. You can control them a little bit, but they don't change every month. But the ones that change are your electric, your gas, your water, and your sewer. So those are the costs that are going to determine whether you're a week's profit of every month or you got a week and a half or 2 weeks. I've put solar panels in. I put LED lights in. I use less water now. I have more efficient machines. I have better dryers. I have better makeup air. That makes a big difference in how much heat you need. You can actually mess with the machines and turn down the amount of water they use per cycle. I wouldn't get too carried away with that because you could screw customers and have soap left in their clothes, but some guys do. They'll turn pre-washes down a bit. They'll turn them up, and they got all kinds of formulas for it. But those are things you can do, and that's kind of how I base profit. Like if I go to look at a laundromat and it's a dumpy laundromat, I usually figure 1 week a month is profit. That's what I figure. And I've usually been pretty spot on. Like the one I bought, the second laundromat I bought, they told me they made like $2,000 a month was their profit. Well, when I looked at their books, I looked at their water, and I did the math, they were making about $2,200 a week. So it ended up being spot on. Now I closed it, redid it, and I'm making a heck of a lot more at it. But that's just what I do. I just want to pass that along. I get that question all the time. Like I said before, the reason I talked about the quarters, gaining, losing, and maintaining. I have all three, so that's why you don't see that. I do count them at the end of the month, like I said, and figure out if I'm short at any place or where I'm at. That way I can adjust my books. I deposit everything I make. I don't play that game with the IRS. I never have. That's all I got. I just wanted to show you this because, like I said, I get this question all the time. Why don't you show counting? Why don't you show this? It's really not what I'm about, and two, people, I could get a bunch of fake money and throw in front of you and say this is it, but this is real money. This is really what it made. This is 2 days. It's a weekend. We're in the busier months, I would say, spring. Pretty good depiction of what it does. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you learned something. I hope you liked it. Leave me a comment down below if you like this kind of thing, if you want me to do more of these little things like tidbits and kind of show you like behind the scenes of what I do, because this is what I do. I sit here and I count the money. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like. If you like this kind of stuff and you want to see more of it, then hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you get notified. I know it sounds corny, but everybody seems to mention that. I figured I would too. What the hell? Like I said, my main thing is I hope you get something out of it. That's why my videos are so different from one to the other. I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to, I don't even know how to explain. I'm not trying to sell you courses. I'm not here to sell you information. I just think this should be out there, and so I'm just dumping it out there. Sometimes it seems like it's not as popular because I'm not as glitzy and I don't sell it as well as I should, but I just don't want to buffalo people. I don't want to come out and say things and make you think something, and then you're a parent, a single parent with 2 kids, and you can barely make your house payments, and I'm sitting here trying to sell you a course to tell you how you can be a billionaire by selling stuff on eBay from garage sales. you know, not everybody can do that stuff, okay? And not every time does that work out. So I just want to be honest with everybody. I want to be honest with you, the viewer. This is what it's all about, because I've seen so many of these people like kind of buffalo you. They show you clickbait, and it's not the truth. I mean, if you like clickbaiting on that stuff and you think it's great, then hey, I'm not knocking it. That's fine. I just want to show you the truth of what's really out there, because too many times people get into businesses thinking it's going to be a cash cow, just like the work you see me do, the dealings with the vagrants, we'll call them. You know, other people don't show that as much because they don't want you to see the negative. And there is negative. There's negative to everything. That's why I make good money, because I take on a lot of risk and I take on a lot of work. But I mitigate the work. I mitigate the risk, so I'm not always working on it. So, well, that's all for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. Till next time, take it easy. Be safe. Catch you later.